Welcome to the show Unraveling Mysteries. We chase the shadows where the unknown lies.
And munch on popcorn beneath the starry skies.
Tonight we unravel secrets hidden deep.
While I devour nachos, no time for sleep.
From ancient ruins to alien flights.
I bring the snacks and fridge-light delights.
Mysteries call from every darkened nook.
I answer loud while chomping on a cookie book.
Grab your snacks, my friends.
And please enjoy the show.
Unraveling mysteries in every corner we see. Flashlights lighting up our fantasy. Through light and shadow, we search without end. Oh, the world's enigma calls us to transcend. To transcend. To transcend.
God, guys. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Okay, I'm confused about this backyard here. Oh. Like, this is supposed to be my backyard, right? And then when I go downstairs, I know it's not gonna be the same. What the shit? I'm literally confused. I swear.
Makes sense now.
I don't know.
Patricio, to me it looks like this girl's balcony is right above the neighbor's backyard.
Oh, Cuervo, it's a glitch in the Matrix, but a good one.
What do you mean, a good one?
Well, pretty simple. She can throw all her trash off the balcony and never dirty her own backyard, boss.
She's lacking in real life. What is happening? What? What? What?
Come on, man. Most of these clips are just optical illusions.
Granted, Cuervo, glitches in the Matrix are optical illusions. Until they're not.
Just a reminder, folks, this show is for entertainment purposes only. That woman probably just didn't want to move to get the perfect selfie.
And what about the kitty?
Probably just sharpening its claws. What do I know?
Please, Cuervo, sharpening its claws, it was more like the moonwalk, right?
Don't summon it, Patricia. Everybody wants their 15 minutes of fame.
Cuervo, it's only 1 minute of fame.
The phrase is 15 minutes of fame, Patricio.
Oh no, Cuervo, in this era, 15-minute videos are way too long.
Buddy, this lady is clearly just warming her feet.
Robust, that's an NPC, a Matrix character with no identity of its own. We are surrounded by them all over the world.
Patricio, calling other people non-player characters only because they don't seem to have intelligence, it's a clear example of extreme narcissism.
The what now?
You are the clear example of an NPC, Patricio.
Gotcha.
Not a Matrix error, not a parallel universe, not Aunt Federica. It's just a coincidence. These two couples dressed the same.
How can you say they're dressed the same? This is obviously a parallel world, Gasho.
Parallel worlds don't exist, and you wear the same thing every day, Patricio.
Nonsense. I wear fresh, clean clothes every single day.
So this is around 4th or 5th grade, elementary school. My grandma would pick me up from school 2 to 3 times a week. We were very close. My grandma lived like rock throwing distance from my house. So I would literally travel up the creek through the woods to my grandmother's house that I would go. I would spend all my time with my grandma. So after school, she would pick me up and we would go to Wendy's. That was our thing. We loved Wendy's. My grandma has very prominent blue eyes, like crystal clear. It's a very prominent feature about my grandma that she has very blue, piercing crystal blue eyes. So this one day, she picks me up. We go to Wendy's. We're sitting in the glass area. If you know Wendy's back then you know what I'm talking about. We're sitting there eating our fries, and I look up at my grandma, and my grandma has brown eyes. They're brown. And so naturally, I was like, Grandma, your eyes are brown. And she was like, yeah, Lauren, I have brown eyes. I was like, Grandma, no, you don't. You have very blue eyes. What do you mean you have blue eyes? And she was like, no, Lauren, I have brown eyes. So whatever, we eat. She takes me home, and this is the whole thing. I talked to my mom too, and I'm like, Mom, Grandma has brown eyes. And my mom was like, yeah, Grandma has brown eyes. No, she doesn't. She has blue eyes. What do you mean she has brown eyes? Like, everyone knows that Grandma has blue eyes, and everybody was making me believe that I was crazy. The next time that I see my grandma, 3 days later, my grandma has blue eyes again. So of course I'm like, Grandma, your eyes are blue. Why are your eyes blue? And she's like, yeah, Lauren, I have blue eyes. What do you mean? What do you mean? What do I mean?
I think it is very clear that her grandma was pranking Lauren wearing brown contacts.
Cuervo, please. Clearly Lauren jumped to another timeline where Grandma has brown eyes.
Timeline jumps don't exist, Mecha Patricio.
You're absolutely right, Gasho. Timeline jumps don't exist. Beep boop beep.
This person is freaking out because she's experiencing her own little glitch in the Matrix. She has something that happened in her past and she recounts it in this video in detail. She remembers all the details. You'll see, I'm going to play it for you afterwards. And now apparently it never happened and it's happening now, which is freaking her out. And then she comes to the realization that there was something that happened in her life that may have been a quantum immortality incident. And maybe that is why her timeline's all messed up and she's actually in a different timeline. We talk about it all the time, but if you don't know what quantum immortality is, it's basically the theory that when you die, you actually switch timelines. Like you die in one timeline and your consciousness, your soul, whatever you want to call it, switches over to a version of you in a very similar timeline, or maybe merges with you in a very similar timeline. And maybe some little things are different. Maybe a lot of things are different. Maybe you notice, maybe you never notice. I was originally thinking maybe this was some kind of crazy premonition that she had a long time ago and she didn't realize that's what it was, or maybe some crazy deja vu moment. But after hearing her possible quantum immortality story, I'm gonna go with that. I just want to say, I know it's weird and it freaks you out, but we believe you and it's okay. Listen to her story. Let me know what you guys think.
okay, I got cut from work, but I have to talk to you because I'm experiencing a glitch in the Matrix. You know, I read about these things and I watch that Anti-Matrix and stuff like that, and I'm like always fascinated by it, but it's never happened to me, and this is super weird, and I just need to tell you about it. When I was in college, you know, I was in the music program because of musical theater, and the chair of the music department, well, I mean, she was awful to me. I actually have a story, a video that is still posted on my account that like is about how she didn't cast any people of color in a show where like part of the cast is supposed to be people of color, and then she just put them all in blackface. But it wasn't just that. Like, she would constantly yell at me and constantly demean me, and she made me feel like in theater being black is a setback. That stayed with me for decades. It was really hard to not believe that for a very long time. Actually, there are a lot of people that I know and I'm still friends with that, you know, she was pretty awful to be honest. But anyway, 2 years ago, she passed away. She passed away from, I think, cancer, and her daughter posted something on Facebook about it. It was amazing because all of her old students just came out of the woodwork to like talk about how devastated they were and how horrible this is, and this is just a tragedy. I have a very close friend who also was in the music program with me, and I remember that she sent me like a Marco Polo. If you have the app, you know. She sent me a Marco Polo being like, I feel bad because I feel like that line in a chorus line, and then she sang it. She was like, because I felt nothing. The song about Mr. Carp. Whatever. If you don't know chorus line, just, it doesn't matter. And I was like, girl, same. You know, we both felt the same way. But the crazy thing was, if we went on Facebook, all of the people that were devastated about this horrible loss were like people that had also talked shit about her, you know? They even vague booked about it because I was like so annoyed. I also a couple weeks ago made a video about how I have like this intense memory for like certain things, right? I have a very intense memory of the day that I found out that this woman died. I remember what I was wearing. I remember exactly where I was sitting when I learned it. I remember where I was sitting when I got that Marco Polo from my friend. Cut to today, okay? This happened maybe like 35 minutes ago, okay? I get a text from my friend being like, I can't believe we haven't talked about this. The chair of the music department passed away. That's just what I'm gonna call her because I'm not gonna say her name. I was like, no. You're crazy. This has already happened. The next text she says is, I feel bad because I feel like that line from a chorus line. No. Okay, this has already happened and you've said exactly that. Then I go onto Facebook because I'm thinking this must be like a memory from 2 years ago or something, and it's just like resurfacing as like a memory on my friend's page, right? No, it wasn't. This was posted like a few hours ago. Even worse, remember when I said the thing about people like, you know, who had just talked shit about her and had a bad experience with her and who are now saying that they're devastated? Well, the main person in that was the person's post that I saw talking about how devastated they were that this woman passed. Everything is happening exactly as it happened that day, only instead of me being in bed when I'm reading this information, I was at work. I'm genuinely freaking out right now. How is this possible? How is this possible? Of course I went scrolling through my Facebook to try to find that vague post that I made. It's not there. It's not there. Like, what the hell is going on? I actually have a wild theory about it, and it has to do with quantum immortality, and I think that that's insane. That's insane, right? Oh my God, please don't judge me for this because I know how I sound. But like a couple of years ago, I got into this car accident on my drive home from work. I was hit by a drunk driver who was driving in the wrong lane and didn't brake, hit me going 40 miles an hour. Just destroyed my car, okay? I was wearing a seatbelt, and I remember that after, you know, the car accident happened and after like all the fogginess, you know, that happens after you get hit, everything seemed off. Everything seemed weird. I couldn't hear for a while, but I did not have a scratch on me. Like, I had lots of bruises from the seatbelt, but I didn't have a scratch on me. The police get to my car and they're like, I don't know how you survived this. The ambulance gets there to take me to the hospital to get checked out, and they're saying that they don't know how I survived this, much less no scratch, right? And everything kind of felt off since then, and you know, I kind of like researched it and looked on Reddit, and that's where I found out about quantum immortality. Like, maybe I'm in a different timeline. I think that's crazy. I just want to be clear. I mean, I suppose it's possible, but I mean... But maybe I'm in a different timeline where she hadn't passed yet. I am losing my mind.
Setting aside what sounds like balcony gossip, quantum immortality is interesting to theorize about.
What is quantum immortality, Cuervo?
It's the theory that you can never stop living, Patricio. Let's say a bear walks into the studio.
Like this bear?
Yes, exactly. Now let's say this hypothetical bear attacks me. In this reality, I obviously wouldn't continue to exist, but in another parallel reality, by a miracle, I survived the attack and kept on living, happy as can be. Now the
Patricio might think the theory of quantum immortality is nonsense.
I believe you, bear. I believe you.
Ha 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 ha.
Is that me? Am I time traveling?
I'm time traveling.
Same outfit.
Wow.
It's the same outfit.
Yeah, very similar.
Best believe I'm still bejeweled. When I walk in the room, I can still make the whole place shimmer.
And that's all for today, true believers. Thank you for joining us.
If you enjoyed the show, legends,
Please hit the little thumbs up, like the video, and tell us in the comments what mysterious topics you'd like us to unravel next.
Until the next time for more
Unraveling Mysteries.
Ciao, amigos.
Unraveling mysteries in every corner we see. Flashlights lighting up our fantasy.